The Will You Grow Show goes live Sundays 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. To receive notifications, click the subscribe button beneath this video, or visit YouTube's Will You Grow channel to see more shows and videos. And now, here's Will You founder Angelique Medow with this week's Will You Grow Show.
Good morning, and welcome to the Will You Grow Show. How are you? I'm Angelique, and I'm the founder of Will You and WillYouGrow.com, an inspirational multimedia company that provides personal growth and joy through education, conversations, and adventures. And I'm here to ignite your inner courage to release yourself from limitations. It's a gorgeous day out here in Hunting Island, South Carolina. We're obviously not in the studio. We are enjoying the beautiful connection of nature, the opportunity to be out here and commune with all the life that exists outside of humanity. And it is a joy. Today I'd like to come to you to talk with you about humility as a connection to truth, love, and a meaningful life. We're going to share some tips here in just a little bit, but I'd like to start by saying, we often think of humility as something is in comparison to other humans. Like, am I more or less humble than someone else? Or do I think I'm better than someone else? Although this is true, we can look at it as a comparison between humans. I'd like to broaden our perspective and scope to include all of life. And by all, I mean the earth, the plants, the animals, the flowers, the air, the elements, all of it. We can't do anything without these forms of life. You think about it. We can't walk without gravity and the connection to the earth, which holds us up and supports us. And the entire earth is supported by air, among all the other planets which are supported by air. If we think we're better than these things, we're really ignorant. We could at the very least be humble enough to say that we're equals, if that. Because the reality is we can't even breathe without a tree because it exhales what we intake. We can't even use the restroom without acknowledging that a tree or some form of it is helping us to do so. It's very important that we are aware of the fact that we are a part of this world and connection, and do not think that it is here to serve us, that we are better than it, or that it's something to be looked down on in any way, shape, or form. By enhancing our humility, we can create a relationship with all of life, with the trees, with the plants, with the earth, with the air, with all elements, in such a way that the relationship we have can be so deep that, in my example, it's better than my relationship with humans because it's honest. There's no false, fake, pretend anything when it comes to having a relationship with the elements. So let's dig into this a little farther so that we can help to open ourselves up more to being humble. What does it mean to be humble? According to Oxford Languages, being humble means having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Being humble means having or showing equal importance to all forms of life. This means that no form, including our own form, is more important than any other. So how does it feel when we aren't humble? Humility fluctuates, so chances are we've all not felt humble before. For example, if we've ever exaggerated our accomplishments, cut in line, yelled about untimely service or being cut off in traffic, if we didn't accept all of life as it was, or if we didn't accept others as they were, we may have acted out of less than humble feelings. We may have felt a combination of anxiety, a feeling of lack of safety, and afraid of being judged, abandoned, and ostracized. Or we might have felt a combination of irritated, judgmental, and holier than thou. Any combination of those feelings can incite our lack of humility. How does it feel when we're humble, on the other hand? When we're humble, we feel comfortable, at ease, and safe. We don't worry about how we compare to others because we know that we're equally valuable. Being humble feels inclusive. We don't feel offended or defensive in response to the behavior of others. When we're humble, we recognize the equality and importance of all life, and we love everyone equally. We treat everything like family. When we're humble, there really isn't much to get worked up about, and feeling peaceful is our natural state of being. Being humble allows us to listen. When we're humble, which is empty of certainty and self-importance based on insecurity and history, we are free to deeply listen. In other words, when our mind is not full of reasons why we're too important and busy to listen, we can hear. When we humbly listen, we can learn. Listening to others and listening to our own inner thoughts and feelings requires us to fully receive, which means to hear and take in, what is being expressed in words and otherwise. In other words, humbly listening allows us to hear without judging, controlling, or recasting what's expressed to suit our own wishes. Humbly listening allows us to learn from what we hear and know the truth of life, ourselves, and others as we are. When we humbly listen, we can also love. Love includes listening and receiving what others are and what they are expressing. In other words, if we can't listen, receive, or take in who someone is and what they may be expressing, we neither know them, wish to know them, nor are we able to truly love them as they are. And as an aside, in the case of listening to a narcissist, disregard this message, as ongoing humble listening to a narcissist may include a detrimental self-sacrifice and lack of self-love, which may lead to mental, emotional, and/or physical instability. When we're humble, we can experience life, learning, truth, meaning, and love. Being humble, we invite and allow ourselves to experience the glories of life. In other words, by being humble, we allow ourselves to see the truth of life as it is. We allow ourselves to be introspective. We allow ourselves to learn about and love ourselves and others and all more fully. And this allows us to experience a life each of us can find personally meaningful. So can we be more humble? To become more humble more of the time, here are 5 tips to consider. Number 1, remember we're an infinitesimal speck within a universe of specks and space. Rather than making ourself the center of everyone else's universe to feel safe, we can recognize that we are safest in the truth that we are all equal and interconnected. Number 2, remember how much we don't know. As an elder once said, quote, "A man wrapped up in himself makes a very small package," unquote. When we're humble, we will remember that there is always more that we don't know than we do. Number 3, accept that we can learn from everything. Each of us experience things differently. Therefore, we can choose to be interested in learning from the experiences of others. Number 4, accept the life force and wisdom in everything and everyone. Every being is gifted with life and its wisdom equally. We can accept and respect this. If we wish, we could also pull up the affirmation card from our affirmation deck and place that as a mantra on our mirror, on our window, or someplace that we see it regularly. That mantra is, I respect the life force in everything. And number 5, notice what we're thinking, feeling, and saying. We could ask ourselves, do our thoughts, feelings, and words reflect the equality of all life? Although observing where we are humble and where we are not so humble may seem unsettling, it is important to the health, welfare, and safety of ourselves and our world that we do so. For example, if we think others should serve us while we say that they are our equal, or if we say that we love animals while we justify killing the tasty, small, and annoying ones, or if we expect others to behave according to our personal religious beliefs, we might consider asking ourselves a question. What would it take for me to feel safe enough to know that we are all equals? And now the question is, will you allow yourself to become more humble and open yourself to more love, truth, and a more meaningful life? No one can do this for you, and when you do, you might find, as I did, that you open yourself up to a connection that might be the very best one of your life. I send you off always with love from Angelique.
You can heal with words, ease anxiety, create peace, hope, and love within with these elegant new hardcover affirmations books, card decks, and journals by Angelique Medow, founder of Will You and WillYouGrow.com. Join us on tour to meet Angelique as she shares hands-on tips to inner peace and harmony by integrating the affirmations books, card decks, and journals into your health and happiness lifestyle.
I love getting to spend time with Angelique, and especially learning how to use the wonderful tools that she's created. I've been using them at home and taking the time to spend 5 minutes just to focus on whatever card I drew for the day. And it has given me some peace and space to just get calm. And then to spend some time with her today and learn even more about how to use these cards and to journal about these experiences. It's just even more fulfilling because she's such a sweet soul and makes it okay even when I feel frustration or I feel conflict. And she helps me see that this whole purpose of my life, no matter when I'm struggling or frustrated or angry or not happy and joyful and blissful, that all of that is still okay and that it's all for a reason. Using these cards, even without her with me, she'll still be there in those cards. Now that I know how best to use them and truly feel them, I have confidence that I am going to be so blessed, and I'm so grateful.
Give your loved ones the gift of a smile, reassurance, confidence, joy. Add fun to your own life journey, knowing your purchase supports environmental charities. Affirmations card decks give surprise, clarity, ease, insight, and delight. Be affirmed with affirmations from Angelique, the founder of inspirational multimedia company Will You. Easy, meaningful, beautiful. Available at WillYouGrow.com and Amazon.com. For more information about programs offered by Will You, mentoring with Angelique, and to watch video success stories from clients, explore WillYouGrow.com. If you or your company are interested in inspiring our mutual audience by sponsoring this or another of our programs, let's talk about it. Boost viewer confidence and trust in your company. Call 1-833-WILL-YOU, then press extension number 6. Make sure to click the subscribe button to get reminders before upcoming shows.